Hi, I'm Jen Thoden. It was the first week of January, and I'm sitting on my brand new sofa, staring at my brand new TV with the remote control in my hand, and it was like I had put pause on me. And I just sat there kind of frozen. The house was dead silent. There were about four large boxes in the room that I hadn't opened yet. And I was just overwhelmed with a sense of loss. See, about 2 weeks before that, I had moved out of my house and my marriage of 16 years. And divorce is hard and divorce is very sad. And I remember feeling very sad that time and also optimistic because I was going into a new chapter of my life. We have two great kids, and honestly, dragging two kids through divorce really sucks. Now, I'm not going to get into all the reasons of why we ended up in divorce. The list could probably go on forever, and I'm sure there's a list somewhere of how we maybe could have, saved our divorce, but divorced we are today. We had lost our oldest daughter to cancer when she was 9, and that was about 4 years before we had split. I don't believe that that was the cause of our separation, but I'm sure it really didn't help either. So here I was, sitting in my living room of my townhouse that I just bought on furniture that I was so excited at the time to get because, I've always wanted a sectional, and, so I finally got something that I really wanted. And all these emotions just sort of flooded into me where I almost was paralyzed. And it was the voice saying, what now? What is it that I, I like to do? What do I really like to do for fun? Who am I? Is this how it's always going to be? And I was flooded with this sense of loss and guilt and just not knowing what to do next. I mean, even just simply pushing power on the remote control to turn the TV on seemed like 10 times the effort. And I remember looking in the mirror and not really liking what I saw. I had put on weight, and at the time I was wearing a really baggy, ugly gray t-shirt, and I just looked at myself and said, who is going to want to be with with that person, this person that at the time I felt I had nothing to give. I felt empty, and I needed to do something about that. And I knew that in order for me to be able to move ahead to do whatever the next thing is in my life, I needed to really focus on what was going on with me at that time. Why did I feel this way? What do I need to do to boost my confidence so that I could move forward, so that I could meet someone, so that I could feel good about the decisions that I've made so far? One of the things that I had done was, or decided to do, I should say, was to kind of improve me. And it started with the outside. I wanted to look better. I wanted to feel good about myself, and I didn't really know where to start. So I start where a lot of people start, and this might seem familiar to you. I actually started to Google online, what colors will look good on me, and this whole world of color analysis opened up to me, and I discovered all these quizzes and all this information, and a lot of it was seasonal color analysis. And so I decided that I was a light spring, and I ordered my color fan, and oh my gosh, I was so excited to get that in the mail, right? I had this thing that had all these colors that I didn't even think to wear. I just never really paid attention to it before. And so I was really excited. And so even though I really didn't have any money at the time, I was bound and determined to start my transformation that day. I was going to go shopping, and I was going to buy a couple things in my new colors. So I go to the store, and it's not so easy, right? You go into the store and you have your color fan, but not everything in the store is in your colors, and not everything is necessarily trendy and in season in the stores. So I just thought, okay, I'm going to go in and I'm going to just look for only my colors, which was a little bit more challenging than I thought. But I went into one of my favorite stores, and I came across a top that was one of the matches in the fan, and it was like a coral pink. And I loved the top because it was kind of shiny, and it was really simple. It was sleeveless, and it was a little dressy. And I thought, oh, this is, I've never worn this color, so I was a little bit nervous about that. But it was so, but you know, it matched perfectly my color fan, and I thought, okay, I'm gonna get this top. So I bought the top. It's the only thing I bought. And on the way home, I decided I'm going to do some makeup too. Now, I didn't really know how to necessarily match the makeup with the colors in the color fan, but I did do enough reading to know that like a coral pink would be a good blush color and a good lipstick color. So I thought, okay, I'm going to get that, and I'm going to wear these things tomorrow to work. And you know, it's funny because doing something as different as wearing a color that you've never worn before is a little bit scary, right? I mean, even if we're wearing things that we know maybe aren't our best, we're still comfortable in wearing something that we know, at least we know what the reactions are going to be. But I thought, okay, no, I took a deep breath, you know, because it sounds so silly, maybe, but maybe not. You know, wearing something as just a color was a really big deal. So I spent the next day, and I put the top on, and I can't remember what I wore. Maybe I wore jeans, or maybe it was a skirt. I don't really remember. And I, you know, put on the lipstick and the blush, and I remember looking at myself in the mirror and thinking, wow, the, I'm kind of glowing. Like these colors are really, really flattering on me, and I felt pretty good. But the best part of that day wasn't just that I was looking in the mirror and actually liking what I saw, is that when I went into work, people reacted. They said, "Wow, you look really great today," or "Did you do something with your hair? Did you get it cut?" And my favorite was, "Have you lost some weight? You look really good." And it was just the color. It was just the color that really made me shine and made me glow. And I just felt so good. And that confidence that I started to get just by wearing something that made me feel good and also made me look good. And I'm like, oh, there is power in color. This is so transformational. And let me tell you what, I got obsessed. I went a little nuts, meaning that I started to paint my rooms in different colors, matching the color fan. And I bought pajamas in my colors, and lamps and pillows in my colors, because I wanted to be surrounded by that energy that was me. And every time I walked into a room, I wanted it to be a reflection of me, and for me to start to kind of build my sense of self and my confidence. And it worked. It moved me forward. It was the nudge that I needed to move myself forward. And now, you know, I'm engaged. I have an amazing relationship with Joe. We balance each other, and I honestly, it's just something that I've always kind of imagined what a relationship should be, and I have that in my life. I studied color analysis because I decided that no woman needs to feel the way that I felt after such a traumatic change in their life. And I wanted to help you to know that it's simple things that you can do for yourself that can make all the difference in the world in your self-confidence, how you are seen, and that little bit can really just kind of move you forward, even if it's just a little bit. So I studied color analysis. I founded the New Color Style System, Your Color Style, and I have a thriving business helping women move forward in their lives, and just starting with simple things like discovering their best colors. It's just one small way that you can start to take your power back and start to become the you that you've always imagined to be. It's phenomenal. And what's most important is I am happy now. I'm a happy person. And I don't think that I have been happy for a really, really long time. Now, was it just wearing coral pink that day that made all the difference? No, but it was that one thing that moved me forward. And now is my mission to help you discover your best colors so you can start to feel better about yourself. You can start to feel good, be seen, and get that confidence so that you can start taking on your world and going towards your goals, and not allowing wanting to hide or being ashamed of how you look or just not being happy holding you back from what you really want in your life. What I've discovered is that when you wear the right color for you, you shine. And when you shine, you are seen. And when you're seen, you grow. So please subscribe to my YouTube channel, and you can find out more information at yourcolorstyle.com. And thank you so much for stopping by.